Hello guys, I'm Kiko, I'm 3K ELO on faceit, and I'm gonna make sure that you don't end up like this guy. If you're stuck in 2K ELO, this video is for you. To get started, I'm actually gonna not say like the boring NPC shit that everyone else tells, like, yeah guys, go do aim training, don't be toxic, stuff like this. Like everyone knows this stuff, right? But I'm gonna tell you how to do everything properly. So let's start with aim training. You need to put your aim training in different categories. So just don't do just aimbots, don't do just DM, don't do just pre-fire. You need to mix in all of them because when you're in game, you're using your brain, your aim, your util knowledge, your pre-fire, like your pre-aim knowledge, your everything. So you can't just do aimbots and pretend, because you can have insane aim, but you can still be full shock when you're mid game, you know? That's what happens when you train like 2 hours of DM, but when you start queuing, you feel like you're in full shock. To begin my aim training, personally, I like to go into this map and put 3 circles and just shoot them. Just practice flicking onto them to warm up my muscle memory. After around 5 minutes of this, I'd go into a aimbot server and do basically the same thing with bots instead. You need to simulate a real life game into your aim trains, okay? So don't go AFK autopilot shooting bots. You need to try adjusting. Adjusting is really important in aimbots. Try to like purposely aim away from bots and flick onto the bots. Next up, load into a map and practice pre-firing. This will improve your crosshair placement and make your games feel easier, because with good crosshair placement you don't really need good aim. You can still get free kills just by crosshair placements. After going to a DM server, I would prefer headshot only or multi-CFG servers, but as long as you're shooting real players and not bots and also practicing your movement, you should be fine. You can go on cyberchoke or choke or warmup server.net. They have multi-CFG servers, or you can play normal servers. You think aim's the only thing stopping you from hitting 3K ELO? No. If your mental is weak, your heart's stuck, even with God aim. I've seen it 100 times. Players with sick mechanics, sharp crosshair placements, but the second they lose the clutch or get bad teammates, or they have a bad game, mentally they check out. They force plays, tilt buys, flame in chat, and that's it. You throw a game just because of your mental. And it had nothing to do with aim, util, movement, whatever. Just your mental lost the whole game. It's staying calm in a 1 versus 3, staying calm after you could have won a game, but now it's overtime when you had, I don't know, let's say 12-8, and now it's overtime. In most cases, people would be full tilt because they're like, oh my god, why is it overtime? We should have just ended the game already. But the enemy actually has momentum, and if you don't reset when it hits that overtime time, you will lose. Your decisions are the outcome of the game. It's not just about aim. If you peek badly, you will die. If you don't have a trade set up, you're also dead. You rotated too early, there goes the round. None of this stuff is aim. Good decision making is like knowing when to fall back instead of ego swinging, flashing your teammate into a fight, lurking with purpose and knowledge of enemy positions, which comes into how well your game sense is, and reading economy, predicting setups, not just holding W and pray whatever happens happens. In fact, pro players win more with timing and positioning than aim. If you want to improve your decision making, the best way to do it is really watch your own demos. You can slow down and stop autopiloting. Autopiloting is one of the highest thing people do in 2K ELO. Like, it's like they're behind the PC with no purpose. Like, they're just like, oh yeah, let me just play one faceit and whatever happens, happens. They don't have a plan in their head. They just hold W, or they don't hold W, they press S, or they AFK, and they just don't do anything. On T side, you need to plan what you want to do each round. Not necessarily calling out your teammates until like an IGL strat, but for yourself. You need to decide where to go and tell yourself, okay, when I'm going, let's say short on Mirage, you want to go mid and you want to go catwalk, you need to think of all the angles that the enemies can be, see what their buy is like, if they're eco or full buy, can they have an AWP, and based on these information, you need to decide how you want to take your short. Do you want to flash peek? Do you have a good timing? Or you want to go slow? All these matter. Lastly, if you want to actually get better and not just grind, you need to do this one thing. Watch pros play pugs. Not team games, not just highlights. Watch them play faceit, playing solo or with a friend or two. That's when you'll see the real decision making. And mostly, pros actually give out their secret tricks in pugs, not in real games. You'll learn how they position, how they rotate, how they clutch, how they keep their cool when their team's trolling. It's the closest thing to watching the blueprint you're supposed to follow. There's this YouTube video channel that's actually perfect if you want to get better. It uploads full POVs of pros playing faceit. You can literally just study how they peek, how they use utility, when they rotate, and it's all in the normal faceit games, just like yours. I'll drop the link below. Honestly, if you're trying to hit 3k ELO, this is the content you should be watching instead of wasting hours in DM. Hey guys, I really recommend this YouTube channel. They have very good YouTube videos for tips that you can use in your faceit games. And most of them are from pros in faceit lobbies. So you can basically save your time by, instead of watching demos, you can actually watch Nard Altier's videos.
Ramp 7.
Holy fucking shit, dude.
Hey,
Oh, fuck of this.
so fucking amazing, bro. Like,